second.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, look
There
at
we
you.
go. And I want to share my screen. Let me know when you guys can see it.
I can see it.
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay. I wish I had a bigger screen, but I do not.
At all
So,
the tabs. It looks like my computer.
All the
yes,
tabs, yeah.
I like to look at a lot of things. All right, so I'm already logged into Bigger Pockets. I did decide, excuse me, to sign up for the Pro. I attended one of their webinars and they were offering a discount at that time. And so with the different tools that I learned about and the access to the forums and other content, I thought that, hey, it'd at least be worth it for a year to see what kind of value I can get out of it. And one thing that I was looking for specifically was a way to help me speed up my comping process. And I had been playing a lot with a lot of different spreadsheets. I live in spreadsheets all day, every day as a part of my W-2. And I kept either getting spreadsheets and tweaking them and fine tuning them. And then I would use them when I was comping and I kept finding I'm tweaking. And I think that part of my challenge was just getting into the analysis paralysis when looking at properties. So I was really trying to just say, okay, trust the experts here. You know, it's Bigger Pockets. They have these calculators ready to go. And the presentation is awesome. It really makes it look very nice for if you wanted to do your analysis and then you need to get some private money or hard money. You can have this wonderful, very professional looking report, and it's dynamic, so you can play around with the numbers and see the different scenarios, and it automatically updates everything for you. So that's what I really like about some of these calculators that I'm using. So I'm logged in, I go to the tools menu, and here's where you can see calculators, software devices, and finding deals there. I haven't even begun to scratch the surface at looking at what all they have to offer here. So the two that I have been working with are the rental property and the rent estimator. And so you just click on rental property calculator and it tells you what it can do here. So you can see the profitability of the potential rental. It estimates the monthly and annual cash flow. And what I really like is that it can go out for multiple years. It's showing you that. So you'll see that in a second. Create printable PDFs to show lenders and partners, calculate return on investment over time, and then plan for unforeseen expenses. So if we were to just click on start a new report, do we could just like randomly pull up a property, or if you guys have a property that you'd like to use here as an example, we could do that, like whatever you guys think. I didn't have one ready. I totally blanked out on that.
Could use that Mesa property
Yeah,
that
you should use
Marcella
Yeah.
Marcellus.
was talking
I was
about.
gonna say, I'm happy to give you that
Yeah,
address. It is 758 West Grove Circle.
oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. And then now we can just start plugging numbers in. So for the purchase, what would we want to set the purchase price at?
They're asking 290.
Okay. And then closing costs. So we can just plug in an estimated amount here that we think we're going to have to pay for closing costs, or we can break it out into individual costs. And it shows
Alright.
you this way, which I think is really cool. So we could switch back to a single number and say, what do you think?
We're estimating about 30.
For just the closing costs,
Mhm.
Wow.
30,000?
Oh,
Like,
not
we're just-
30,000,
yeah.
sorry. I was just thinking of like rehab and total entry fee.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Just like so out of it. I haven't figured that out yet.
Let's see, 4,000.
Let's just say, yeah, I was gonna say 5, but that works.
Okay. Yeah. And then we've got a box here that we can check. I will be rehabbing this property. So we could check that.
Mhm.
And then it brings up these other fields here. So after repair value, how much do we think?
I looked at some properties, they're hitting about 440.
And then repair costs. So again, we have this option where we could do a single amount that we're estimating, or we could do advanced and apply amounts to each one of these things by expanding it out. So if we
There's-
just do a single figure, I think you said 65,000.
Yeah.
Okay, woo,
Whoa.
that would be no bueno. Okay, now we could click the button to go to loan details, or we could just scroll right down here. So they're saying cash purchase, so you could just check that, or we could say, well, what if we do want to get, a loan here? And what if we say, okay, we're going to probably have to give 20%, and maybe what the interest rate? John, I saw your post. Where's the interest rate now? 6.25, 6.5?
Well, on an investment property, you're probably 7.25. I don't know, let's just say that.
Oh, painful. Okay, and what are the points?
You 0.
Okay. And loan term 30?
Yeah, that's a 30-year.
All right. So rental income. So this is where I like to go over to their rental calculator. And let's see here. I don't want to necessarily lose my space here, so I'm just going to duplicate the page and go to rent estimator under tools. And what was that? 458 West.
758.
Oh,
Yeah.
758.
You're close. Yep. West Grove.
There it is. Search address, and you said 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Correct, yes.
All right. So with very high confidence, the median rent is over 2,000 a month. And this is long-term rental, obviously, right? So if depending on what your exit strategy is, maybe you could get even more. If this property is near transportation, in kind of a C-class neighborhood, maybe you want to make it a pad split, you're going to get a lot more money for each month on that, right? We could like maybe make it 4 or 5 bedrooms and really increase the amount there. Or maybe it could be a midterm rental. Maybe it's near hospitals. And that could be for your nursing staff that are travel nurses, right? But just for straight long-term rental, high confidence that it's about a little over 2,000 a month. And what I really like is I got all these little windows popping up here. Okay, good. Go away. No. Okay. Maybe it'll just go away. Ooh, is there an X? Yes. Okay. What I really like is that then they're showing you all of the properties where they're basing that amount on. So you don't even have to go with that amount if you don't want to. But you can see what their basis is here for how they're coming up with that amount. And that's something that I really like, being that I kind of live in numbers all day, every day. I like to see, well, where did you get that number from? And Batch Leads, they also have a place where they can give you an estimated rent value per month, but you don't necessarily see where that's coming from. With this tool, now I got a little bit more reassurance. I have more confidence that given the beds, baths, structure type, all of that, I can see all of these properties in this neighborhood that gets me to that 2,000 amount. So I can go back over here and put the 2025 in, or any amount that I feel comfortable with. And then now I'm going to expenses. So do you happen to already know what the taxes are for that property?
I do not at this point. No,
Okay.
I don't have PITI or anything like that as of yet.
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go over to Batch Leads and come on. Why am I clear? I was looking at some stuff earlier. Where's my little address thing? There we go. Okay, 758 West Grove Circle. Okay. Okay. Details. I'm just kind of skipping through here just to get to taxes. 792. Okay, so we'll go with 792 for taxes. Insurance annually, I don't know. What do you think? 200 bucks we could just throw in there.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. And then for here we could say just rough estimate, maybe we put 5% for each of these. And we'll say no management fees to start. We're gonna self-manage. And we're
wow.
renting it out, we'll say. So we're not gonna pay any of the utilities. Is there an HOA?
No.
Okay, good. Wonderful. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so that's it. Like we have a place where we could plug more in here if we want. But we'll just click the finish analysis and now we have this. So $56 monthly cash flow given what we put in into the info sheet, right? So cash on cash ROI 0.53%. Our expenses with that loan, right? So if it wasn't just a cash purchase and we were going to take out a loan at 7.25%, then that's where we're landing on our expenses. So 5-year annualized return 16.82%. They're estimating the mortgage there. Now, what's really cool is you've got these little sliders here. So you can see, well, what if I cut this down to maybe 3% vacancy? Okay. Well, now it's a little bit better, right?
Oh,
So you can play very quickly, very easily, you can play with these numbers. What if it's not going to be 7.25%? Maybe I could get it down to 6.5%. Okay, now you got a little bit better ROI there, cash on cash. Right, so that's one thing that I really liked about this was that I can plug in with whatever numbers, I can make it high level, I could break it down into more detail if I have that detailed information. And it's not just, stuck there. Like I can see my results in a nice, pretty format. And if I still want to play with it, I can play with it some more if I want. And then you keep scrolling down and you have your monthly expense breakdown. So then now it's telling you, so we were saying originally 5% vacancy, 5% repair, 5% on CapEx, and now it's putting it into dollars. Our taxes were for the year, now it's telling you what it is monthly. Insurance, same thing. So we can see, here's your monthly expense breakdown. Then it goes into the returns. So you can see, okay, here's my net operating income for the year, the cash on cash return on investment, your pro forma cap, your purchase cap. And the great thing is you can hit these little help items, these links here, and it will explain all of this to you. So if you don't know what this stuff means or you forgot, then you can click on the link and it will tell you exactly what it means. One of the things that I think we covered in the comping review was some of the rules that Bigger Pockets suggest for quick calcs. One of the quick calcs is 50% rule. So if your total monthly income is 2025, half of that would be 1012. Monthly P&I would be 1466. So this would not pass the 50% rule, but it all depends on the market, right? So, and then of course, this tells you more about what that 50% rule means. And I know we're getting close to time, so I'm kind of hurrying up here, sorry. But this nice little graph, see, I didn't have to create that. It's just here, and it will automatically update every time I mess with the numbers. So you can see here's the property value, the expected property value, the equity that you're gaining from that property. So it's going out 30 years here, right? Here's the loan balance as it's going down, and you can see your cash flow each year as it's going. So very, very handy. And then what you can do is you can you can save your changes. You can continue to edit it if you need to. You can hit share if you're all good with it. And then you've got options for how you want to share this. So you could enable report sharing. So maybe you've got somebody that's already in your network here that's also in Bigger Pockets. You could share it that way. And you could even say, I don't want you to show the property address when sharing, or I do want to see that, which I think is a handy tool depending on who you're sharing that information with. You also have the link that you can copy and send that way. You've got the social media places that you can share. You can add your logo. So I did that with my report. I added my company logo to it, and then you can control how it's placed, and you're good to go for making it your own. So if I hit download report or download PDF, this is what it looks like as is without me doing anything. So you've got 3 pages here where it's summarizing everything that we just entered and looked at, right? And then you've got your charts to show the rent. So this is like this, but if I wanted to break down the rent to say, okay, it's a multifamily or something like that, and then you've got laundry or you're charging for other fees that you want to build into this, then you could see all the different income streams here, right? But right now it's just rent. And then here's all your different expenses. You've got your financial projections then, right? And it's showing your income expense ratio, your typical cap. Here's your debt cap coverage. And right now, as it is, it's showing, it's not going to pass that 50% rule, but analysis over time, if you look at, okay, if everything is changing by 2%, each year, then this is what I can expect to see over the next 30 years from this property. And I think there's a place where you can change the assumptions for growth as well. So you really can make this your own, but at least it gives you a good place to start. And that is the 2 tools that I mentioned during the comping. You've got your report here that's nice. You can send that to your hard money lenders or your private money lenders. Slap your logo on there and it's ready to go. and then how to get a good rent value, long-term rent value at least, using the Bigger Pockets tools. So I know we're like right at 10:01. Does anybody have any comments, questions, or you ready to hop off?
I
I
think it's
just-
really cool how you can add your own logo. Sorry.
Oh, so let's see here. If I go back over here, I think I can upload here. And here's my logo. And I think, wait, oh,
I
what
think
happened?
Oh, okay.
Did it take it? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Good.
And then now,
Whoa, it replaces the
That's
Bigger
awesome.
Pockets logo.
Oh, that's nice.
That's really cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I like that.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And then you just check the boxes for where you don't, like I said, if you don't want the address showing here, then you can check that off so that it's not showing it there.
Mhm.
You can upload a picture of the property and it could be on there. I actually just watched a YouTube video of Dave Meyer go over this exact same thing just like
There you
2 days
go.
ago. So
Okay, so watch his video, don't watch mine, because
no,
it's
you did great
probably
job, Stephanie.
more
You did
professional.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah, funny.
Thank you. All
Yeah.
right.
I am on Bigger Pockets, so you should I'll look for you or you should look for me. Although I'm not a pro
Yeah.
member yet. So
I-
I've been on Bigger Pockets for a while, and actually it's a great way to connect with people. And I've met up with people through it. I've had
Okay.
Yes.
people reach out to me
Yes.
all the time.
Right. Yeah. I was just looking around in the forums, and there's all these different forums that you can go into, and if you start, it's kind of like with what Pace says about the sub 2 community. You got to be active in there. If you're active in there, then you're going to start making connections and getting leads on different things, right? And so, same thing with Bigger Pockets. If you're in Bigger Pockets, and you can start to make connections, go into those forums and see how you can add value. Answering questions. People are going on there and asking questions, all kinds of questions. And you can answer those questions, and maybe through adding value, you can make connections with them, and maybe you find people that can also fill your needs. You're not just filling their needs, right? So lots of great info here. Like I said, I have barely scratched the surface, I know. But I really have liked what I've seen so far, and those tools have really helped me